Welcome back to Tennis Manager, episode 49. I thought everybody had a contract through the year and we'd be okay, only to double check and realize that there is one expiring contract this year. So that's already not bad, but it's one of the last ones you would want to risk, want to lose. That is Uni. Uni has a contract that is expiring this year. She is a major player, and there's every chance that she could want to leave. Now, the big thing though is the goals and player satisfaction. That's the main thing on whether they would want to re-sign or not. And right now, everything looks fantastic. We have already reached a quarterfinal for a major tournament. We have already reached a quarterfinal for a slam, and we have a current top 10. That is the risky one, as these two can't go away. These will stay 100% for the entire year. We've got a 2/3 evaluation no matter what. But if we slip to 11th, we will not have a max evaluation. So I would like to offer something soon. However, right now, morale is just correct. There's a couple ways to fix that, more than one. And if we go into training right now, we have a very busy calendar for uni. Proper rest is the best method. We already have less sessions as it is, and we don't need a lot of care. So I'm going to go ahead and switch a couple of those sessions over to rest. We're going to give lots and lots of rest for uni this week, and then hopefully next week with a good, nice, happy morale, that'll be the perfect time to offer a contract. And here's a look at our new youth team. Now, of course, the only reason why we would need one out of this group is if Uni leaves. But technically, we do have space for more. And as part of my objective this year is to increase our staff, we could probably make it work. In terms of what we have, though, the minimum potential, of course, is everything. We have a very good player. That's top 100. That's not good enough. There's a couple of those. The good players, top 200. Definitely not good enough. But we do have a top player. That's a top 30. Stoyer is a top 30. I think Tobin is a top 30 kind of player. But we happen to have a world class player. A top 10 in this group. Shadek is by far the weakest current average level player and is a late bloomer, so we have that going for us, the thing that it always is. But let's go ahead and get Uni to work with him, and we'll focus more on physical. That top player, that top 30, is an early bloomer. We'll see how well they develop. We'll have them work with Nos. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be adding a couple. Egna going through qualifiers to get into tournaments still. She has 1 point on the season through 3 tournaments, and she has qualified for the tournament. And just like that, after a single week, we have Uni up to happy. She's not beaming, but she's happy. I think that's enough to, especially with the 100% goal evaluation, I think that'll be enough to initiate. As for training results this week, Stoyer, no levels, but 3 attributes all going close. Sella gets footwork up to an 11. Tobin gets underspin, tactical skills to go up. Igna gets agility to 12. Nos, no level. And Uni, despite what we did and giving her a lot of extra rest and putting on her a light load on prep for tournament, got her top spin to an 11. Oh, there you go. She's very happy. I'll take that. That's close enough, I think, with a 100% goal evaluation still. Let's go ahead and try to extend. And there you go. She's happy. I think we maybe one more week could have gotten that to a maximum, but that's okay. She's already a major player for us. We have room on here for 2, so I think we can stick with major player. She's happy with that. She only wants 1 season. Let's go ahead and make it 2. That only took a tiny bit of happiness away. The extension bonus. Oh, we only have 48K. Oh, crap. She might have wanted a lot more than that. She may have wanted a lot more, and we're down to 6%. My, oh my. Ouch. That's going to hurt. We're going to have to try again later. We need a lot more than... We're going to need 100K plus in a bonus to re-sign her. It's going to take a little while before we can try again, but I think we'll be okay in a couple months. We have our second third tier tournament for Nos this week, and he is the 1 seed. He won the last one, and he's even facing easy matches now, at least for the opening round. The whole team doing well, winning their first round matches though, and the heliport construction is complete. The museum as well. Second round is balanced, but it didn't make much difference in the scoreline. Instead of 6-1, 6-1, we go 6-2, 6-1. Tobin and Sella losing here, but everybody else still winning their second round. Good progress. Quarterfinal, big advantage and another victory, though it was seen as balanced. And all 4 players win that round. Uni through a quarterfinal. Semifinal now for us, balanced. And another victory, and quite comfortable, except for that first set. It was the first really close set we've had in the entire tournament. But Igna, Stoyer, Uni all winning their semifinals as well. We got 4 players playing in finals. For Nos, 472 is the rank of the opponent, unseeded, balanced, should advance, similar to everybody else we've been playing in this tournament. And it was a much closer match, but it's still a victory. So that's 1 of 4. Let's see how the other 3 fared. Uni loses her final, but it was a 1K tournament, and that nets us 74,000. She can suddenly pay herself a bonus. Stoyer has won. That is her first victory. It only took her a few tries. She was 1 win out of 3 tournaments. All of a sudden, she's made a run and got herself to her first title. Is Igna. Igna just qualified for only the second time to a tournament. She did win a first round in that previous occasion to get herself a single point. She's just gone and won this tournament. That's probably going to secure her the points she needs most of the way, if not all of the way, to not having to go through qualifiers any longer. And of course, it's a fantastic sign that she's going to have some success in the seniors. She's not going to linger. She's going to keep growing and evolving, and it's certainly not cash cow territory, right? 25K plus, but that's a good start. That's going to really help her rank. And Nos, 10K for his victory. Big boost. We got 137, just like that. Sella got her counter and top spin up this week, despite being in a tournament. Nos, looking for the reduction in the Academy share. It was at 50%. Let's go ahead and take it. Keep him happy. 46 is not going to hurt us much. He's going to be making a lot more money soon. Uni making the final jumps to 6th in the rankings. Nos up to 131 already. I told you he'd make the top 100. And Igna, 901. That's probably going to do it. I think generally it's about 950 is the cutoff on those first tournaments, so she should be able to get into tournament proper now without qualifiers. And Stoyer jumps to 322 with that tournament win as well. Sella into the top 250 now, making some progress. This is a good time for the Academy. Besides the not getting a new contract in, but just give us a little time, give us a month, and we'll try again. Talk about impeccable timing. Igna, I figured that she'd secure the points she needed relatively quickly, and so I picked a couple extra tournaments or 1 extra tournament for her in this stretch as a just in case, but I thought there was a decent chance that she'd pick up some points. So the last couple tournaments of the current first period, the first window of tournaments, I put her straight in without qualifiers for the last 2, which happen to be the next 2. So I've already set her up perfectly to get away from qualifiers. Clearly, Nos is ready for the next level, as he's gone 2 for 2 for this level, so I won't be scheduling this 3rd tier anymore. We're going to start pushing him to 4th tier and beyond, but for the moment, he's got another 3rd tier tournament. First round, pretty close, but he does move on. Second round, much easier. Moves on very easily, 6-1, 6-2. Quarterfinal against a wild card. It's balanced. And we finally lose a set, but we do move on into the semis. Uni is also busy this week with another major tournament, of which she's already won her has now won her quarterfinal. Does that make it a 1K? It's got that extra round to play. This is a semifinal, 1v7, balanced. Another 3 set, but it's another victory. So doing enough, one single point shy of 101. But we've had most of our matches of late haven't even been close to 100 points played. Much tougher sequence here, but we got through it. 30 on forced errors, but our opponent also had 31. Plus 10 on forced, and plus 8 on overall winners. And while both had 4 aces, we did avoid the double faults, so we still came ahead there as well. Only faced 2 breakpoints all day, but lost them both. And Uni wins her semifinal as well, so it's another chance at a title for both of them. It's the unseeded opponent for the final, Forbes, balanced, and another tournament victory, back to back now at the third tier, 6-2, 6-4. With the 4% reduction, we lose $800, but we still earn over $9,000 for that. And Uni has won her latest 1K tournament. That's her third now, right? $112,000. And she now has more than enough to pay herself a bonus. I cannot go spend it at the moment, though. We've got to hang on to it. I think I need to at least wait until March, though, to try again. It's only been 6 days since I tried to negotiate. Maybe I'm off on that. It's definitely not been long, though. It's been about 2 weeks, I think, since I tried to negotiate that contract. Stoyer's control is up to a 7. Sella gets a big triple with speed at that happy zone of 13 now. Agility and stamina up to 12. Sella will be able to move on away from always training physical here pretty soon, as that will soon be under control. Tobin, timing, just a 5. That's the last weakest attribute, but we also got speed up to a 10 now, hitting double digits. We definitely still have ways to go on that physical fitness for Tobin. And Igna gets backhand to a 10, and Nos was busy with tournament. Russia is having to make their way through qualifiers, and Nos is now one of the 5 best senior Russian players out there. Played a couple of rounds, won of both. Look at all that lovely green on our screen. The last one behind the face cam there, Stoyer, is all green. Top form beaming and good. Sella making a run to the semifinals, but Tobin is the one starting to show some weakness in form at the moment. Struggling to get out of first or second round. Stoyer's drop shots up to a 5. Sella's timing is up to a 7. Tobin gets surf spin and counter up a level. We're making good progress development-wise, just not performing terribly well. But Igna gets her forehand and speed, both up to an 11. Still very early in the season, but I want to do my first check-in and make sure I'm on target for tournaments completed. We're at 5 for Uni, 4 for Nos, just 3 for Igna, 5 for Tobin already, and Sella, 7 for Stoyer. I'm not sure how Igna's only at 3. Oh, because she's not it's not counting as you go through qualifiers. It's only counting when you make the tournament. Okay, well, I'll have to make sure I keep her pretty busy then. That won't be a problem anymore. No more qualifiers. She'll catch up. Uni has cracked the top 5 for the very first time in her career, though, by the way. So she's going to be exceptionally happy. It is now mid-March. I might be able to get away with talking to her now. Let's give it a shot. We've got 400k. We can definitely afford that part. It's just whether she's willing to talk to us yet. As she is. And she's very happy. Okay, so major player. Now she wants a 3-year contract. Love that part. Because now we're not getting a negative for anything less. She wants the entire bonus and then 4%. Oh my goodness. This is like, give me everything you got for the privilege to keep me around. She wanted 6% before. Well, she didn't want it at all. This 4% though is crazy. Can I cancel negotiation and wait until we have more money? I can't believe that we're already pushing 400,000 bonus. This is wild. I'm going to cancel for now. Nos, ready to move up. We begin now in the 4th tier. No. Yes. 15, 25, 50, 75. So, 4th tier. 4th tier. Still a number 1 seed. Spent enough time in the previous. It's like we're just staying on top of it. 7-5, 6-1, and we move on out of the first round. Second round. First one in a little while. We've seen that comes out as easy, and we win comfortably. Uni, second round exit for her 1K tournament. Oh, 500 level tournament, that is. Just shy of 10K. Yeah, it's not going to help her pay her own bonus. Quarterfinal versus the 7 seed. We are the favorite, and we do win. It's the 8 seed in the semifinal. And while it's a close one, we have beaten Nava 6-3, 7-5. Pretty close, yeah, in a lot of ways. Igna into another final for that first tier. Nice that she didn't have to go through qualifiers for this one. It's going to help her accumulate points, though. I think I'm going to end up moving her onto the second tier earlier than expected. And this is a final for Nos against 294th ranked unseeded player. Balanced. We've only beaten them the one time we played them before, and that is super comfortable for a final. 6-2-6 love plus 16 on winners. Nos again champion. Moving up from third tier to fourth tier, no problem. It looks like he's going to be ready for the fifth tier, and maybe I need to. Well, I did schedule at least one fifth tier, but maybe I'm ready to bump Nos up a little bit further than I thought he would be ready for. And Igna wins her tournament. Stoyer, big week. Serve power, forehand, and return all going up a level. Sella gets her focus up to a 10. Tobin gets his serve power to a 6. Nos, hey! We got the bonus you want to get. It's a good one. Fighting spirit plus 3. He went from a 4 to a 7. That is a huge increase. He also gets the killer instinct up a level to an 8. So the lowest ones desperately needed it. Oh my goodness, that is going to make a huge difference. And he already seems to have good fighting spirit, you would think. But he finishes off well, but now he's going to finish off even better. Meanwhile, he also gets a level in serve spin up to a 13. Very happy zone for him there. There's that big jump on the untrainables. They're still lagging so far behind. I think that's the first ever increase he has had. And suddenly, Nos is now a 3-star player. He is a 3-star player and just about ready to climb into the top 100. I think I can start pushing him right up in. I think he could probably handle a 250 these days. The trainables, 14, 16, 14, very healthy. The physical is in the happy zone, all of it. It's good. And it's the technical that I've just started focusing on here recently. And he's got 2 13s. He's got a ton of 11s and 12s, and really just a couple, 3 attributes lagging behind with 9s and a single 10. He's coming on really fast. He's still 18, right? This is an 18-year-old. Late bloomer. For comparison, Uni's 3.5. She's got a little bit better on the untrainables, but she's almost the same on the mental. Physical, also just a little ahead. Like 1 more point in speed. The others are the same. Natural fitness, Nos is already 2 points ahead. Uni's 1 point ahead on stamina. So they're pretty locked in now physically. Uni's got that small mental advantage. And then it's the technical, where we're looking at no 9s, just 1 10, and 4 13s instead of 2. So Uni's maybe a point ahead on technical, and a point or 2 on, 2 points on mental, plus the untrainables. Not much between them. Not much between them. And that's your early bloomer who's 23. She's 5 years older. And Nos is so very nearly caught up to her. And she's won 3 1K tournaments. I think he's going to win a slam by next year. I think it's going to happen. Man, this is wild. She's number 5 in the world. First shift I can make. There is 100 level tournaments, and I'd like to give them a shot, but there's also 175. I think we can get competitive out of 175. So we're going to unregister and place a 175 in its place. There was already a 100 that I was scheduling later on, so we're going to get away from those 75 soon enough. And then down here is our slam. Yeah, we're already locked in through qualifiers. Oh, I've got qualifiers turned off. That's why. Nos's win slightly higher level, 13-8 for the payout there. At Igna's tournament win, 3,400. I have a habit of paying attention to the physical condition as one of the first things that I'm looking at on what I choose their training for the week. The other big thing I'm looking at is form. I have no idea how Uni doesn't have form right now. I guess she did get knocked out kind of early, didn't she? Second round? Round of 16? It's not that early, but I guess when you're fifth in the world, that's pretty early. But anyway, if form is good, let me start with this. If form is bad, I'm trying to build peak form. That becomes my training go-to, and look at that, 5 out of 6 are really happy right now. Love that part. We just got to get that contract for uni happening here soon. I don't want that to be a late season like freak out moment. But if form is good, then what I want to train is physical until it is accomplished, and I'm pretty sure you know that by now. But the thing I'm watching for is their physical condition, and if it's bad because they just won a tournament, they're exhausted, training physical this week isn't going to allow them to recover very well. They do recover a little bit, but they don't recover in the same way. So my fallback then, if they're fatigued, is tactics and mental. That tends to be when I choose to train tactics and mental over physical. Now, if they're physical, if they have like 95% plus, then I go in and add extra sessions, and that's where I push speed until it's taken care of, and then bring other things along as well. Once the physical is in the happy zone, then I start focusing on technical. But tactics and mental always kind of just slips into that, hey, you're tired. It's not as hard training physically, and so that's when we bring that one in. Tobin, Stoyer, Sella, Uni all went in their tournaments. Uni's at a 1K. She's through the first 2 rounds already. Tobin, Stoyer, Sella all through their second round. Uni through her third round. Stoyer out in a quarterfinal, not bad. Uni out in the round of 16. Will that hurt her form, or was that because her form was already hurting? Tobin back on track into a final, and Sella also in a final this week. Good for both of them. Maybe I need to move them up out of the second tier sooner rather than later, but this is also the first time they've quite been here, both winning their final. Awesome. I'll keep an eye out. If they continue to win some more tournaments, they'll get bumped up to the third tier in that juniors. Uni, round of 16, 28,000. Kind of cash cow. Oh, she's gotten hurt though. She has a sprain. Luckily, it's just a sprain for her Achilles and not a tear. 13 days. I think technically that's like a grade 1, right? Well, I'll talk about rapid progress. Uni all the way up to her career high 5th. Nos has nearly broken into the top 100 already, and Igna has gotten comfortably out of the danger zone of qualifying for those lowest tier tournaments. She's up to 737. Before long I can get her playing in second tier tournaments at that rate. Tobin's starting to get on track now, back up to 136 in the rankings, and he's satisfied with where he's at for the time being. Sella jumping all the way up to 160 now, so she's starting to take off. Where she really struggled in tournaments for most of last year, suddenly she's caught up to those around her, and she's starting to basis and not far off from getting into the ones who were just crushing her last year and being able to beat them head to head. So rapid progress there. That's really good to see from Sella. She's catching up. And meanwhile, Stoyer not having the problems that Sella had. She got 1 win in 3 tournaments, and then now she's won a tournament and she's making decent runs in others. She's competitive already and progressing quickly, so she'll be better off than Sella was a year ago, and I think she'll be cracking that top 250 before too long from the looks of things. So whole team in good shape. It's end of March. This is where things normally, like, you'll start to have some of them fall off. Tobin I was worried about for a little bit, but he's got right back on track. We're in good shape. The one who might be falling off actually is Uni. Uni suddenly has a little bit higher expectations. 16th would have been a just fine performance from her a year ago, but now that she's top 5, it feels like she's a little more worried about not making it at least to the top 8, and that could be a real concern, because that's a difficult to reach stage despite her decent quality. She's a pretty good player, and she's been consistently hanging in that top 10, but yeah, I'm a little worried that if 16th in a tournament is doing her that much damage, it's going to be hard to maintain form now with her. I'm a Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.